in Singapore, very important.
Do you think education should be free access for all or not?
Free access
Yeah.
for everyone. Yeah, I mean, it would be best if everyone has access to free education. Yeah.
Do you think does your country have a good education system? What are its strengths and weaknesses?
Singapore. You want to say anything? Singapore has a good education system. I think it prepares you for general work. I think the pros is that it's very comprehensive. Yeah, and it actually trains you very hard to get ready for working life outside. But of course, the cons is that for those who aren't so-called poised towards academics, right? So some of them don't do so well in academics. They might find that they might lose out to their peers. Yeah, because education and certification in Singapore is very important, and you can't attain one, it becomes like a setback, even though it might not be the most important thing at work. Yeah.
Thank you. How important is education?
How important is?
Education.
Yeah, very important.
Do you think education should be free access for all or not?
I think it should,
Can you give me some reasons?
because education is a person's livelihood next time. So government should invest money to groom their citizen, and if free education, it actually can benefit more people, especially those from lower income families.
Does your country have a good education system? What are its strengths and weaknesses?
Oh, you mean my country?
Yeah, Singapore.
Singapore. I think still got rooms to improve. Some of the student maybe is too stressful because of the education system in such a way that they are a bit pushy to the kids. I feel.
How important is education?
I think education is really important.
Do you think education should be free access for all or not?
I think it should be free access.
Can you give me some reasons?
There are a lot of people that don't have the same privilege as many do, and it would be unfair for them to not get the same opportunities as some people do, and that may oppress them from their future, such as getting into college or going overseas.
Does your country have a good education system? What are its strengths and weaknesses?
I'm not really sure about public school education, but from my experience, I think that it's really good. I'm not familiar with Singapore's public schools and local schools or schools in general, but in my country, I think the school system is generally good. Some strengths are that the content that students are learning helps them and pushes them to be better, and there are many challenges. But I think one weakness is that there's a lot of stress on these students because they are forced to work a lot and study really hard, so they don't have a really good social life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, can I know your names and where are you from?
My name is Giselle and I'm from Singapore.
I'm Huayan from Singapore.
How important is education?
I think that education is important because it's like a basic necessity. It teaches us basic general knowledge that we should all know, and literacy skills as well as numeracy skills that I think is important for our future. And I think that's why education has a compulsory 12-year period. Yeah.
Do you think education should be free access for all or not?
I think it should be free for the needy only, cause school and government, they also need funds to run the entire facility, and they also need to hire teachers and staff. So it's I think it's quite, I would say, impossible or quite hard for free access to education to really occur. But I do think that for the needy, they can have programs to make it free access to them. Yeah, basically those who can't afford, I think they should be helped lah. But for those who can afford, I think it's alright to like charge them for school. Yeah.
Does your country have a good education system? What are its strengths and weaknesses?
I will say that our country has like a decent education system, considering that like I think we're quite known for our education system lah, like the PISA test and everything. But I think some of its weaknesses will be that I think our education system doesn't really encourage creativity. I think it's very rigid in the sense that like we are forced to go by the books and stuff. But strengths would be that I think the way that they impart knowledge in certain subjects are like up there lah. Like I think that even at a young age you can do I don't know, math. There are like higher levels than other countries. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Singapore education is quite recognized everywhere in the world, so I guess that speaks for itself also. Yeah.
How important is education?
Oh, I think it's very important personally because not only do you get like basic knowledge on survival, but you also get educated on how you should go about living the world, you know, like making money for yourself, making money to raise your family and stuff like that. So yeah, I think education is very important.
Do you think education should be free access for all or not?
Honestly, I think if it was possible, then for sure, because education is not just a competition of how well you do in the corporate world, for example, in your office, or like how well you're able to climb up the corporate ladder. But, you know, education is good for survival. You know, like people, you know, those who do not have education likely are the ones that are unable or are not unable to fend off for themselves, I guess. When you have a basic level of education, you're definitely able to get a certain job, you know, to at least feed yourself and like get a roof over your head. Yeah.
Are you Singaporean?
Yes.
Do you think your country have good education system? What are its strengths and weaknesses?
I think we definitely do have a good education system. I guess our strength is that we do have I think our country is one of the better education system out there in the whole world. But I think the weakness is that I guess that as Asians we put too much emphasis on our students, and a lot of us are really stressed out on our studies when we could be spending more time on other things. You know, we place too much emphasis on studying when studying is only for like the first 20 plus years of our life. The rest of our lives we're going to be working anyways. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.